Now, the rest of the country may have been tuned into the Casey Anthony trial, but not to worry. Let not your heart be troubled. The Obama mania media, they were up to the same old tricks. And back with his take on this week's dose of thrill-up-your-leg, liberal media bias, the president of the Media Research Center, Brent Bozell, is back. Sir, how are you?
Dr. Hannity, how are we doing?
You know, God love Chris Matthews. You just got to love the guy. He's back, and this time, just when you think he can't go further, here he is comparing the GOP to terrorists and radical Islamists.
You know, it's interesting. I was talking about the old days. I've never seen either political party play terrorist with this regard. The debt ceiling, the limit, it's always been sacrosanct. The Republican Party today is not the Republican Party of even a couple years ago. It seems to me it is overrun now by people who are abolitionists. They're willing to abolish government, and they're willing to bring it down if they have to, and they don't really give a darn or damn about the consequences. Also, is the Republican Party willing to risk economic Armageddon in the name of religion? That is, the religion of no taxes. Well, the GOP has become the Wahhabis of American government, willing to risk bringing down the whole country in the service of their anti-tax ideology.
What can you even say about this?
Well, look at it this way. Mark Halperin was just banned indefinitely from MSNBC for using a crude anatomical term to describe the president as a jerk. And he's banned. Chris Matthews calls Republicans terrorists, says that they want to destroy bring the United States government down, and that's perfectly okay. I've got to think, Sean, there comes a point where conservatives have got to say to themselves, why are we going on this man's show? Why are we giving him any aid and comfort? This is a man who believes that not just exaggeration and hyperbole, but character assassination is acceptable now to be used against conservatives.
Well, it's just beyond the pale, and it happens more and more. Nobody seems to be outraged. We said similar things. We know what the result would be in the media. And by the way, I didn't think Halperin should have been suspended. He was assured, don't worry, we'll dump it. We'll hit the dump button. And you know what? They didn't do it. And then all of a sudden they threw him right overboard when they promised, no, I'll catch you if you fall.
But this is the double standard. You have to be civil when dealing with liberals, but you can say anything you want to against conservatives, and it's okay.
All right, on the same network, on, you know, I guess the media's most beloved Rhino liberal show, that you got Tina Brown comparing Republicans to suicide bombers as it relates to budget talks along the same lines. Let's roll the tape.
What was the answer to my question about who the hostage taker is, Willie?
Sounds like Pat's boys. Pat's boys are holding the hostage.
I think they're the suicide bombers in all of this.
Oh, my God.
I think they're standing on principle. They're doing what they believe is right.
Come on.
They are just not serious people on both sides.
Suicide bombers.
This is the same woman, Sean Hannity, who at the end of 2009 went after Rush Limbaugh with everything she had, saying that he was creating a toxic atmosphere. Why? Because he said he hoped Obama's policies would fail. Yet she can call conservatives suicide bombers, and it's okay. What hypocrisy.
It is amazing. It just, you know, civility only works in one direction. You know, the president can smear Republicans as much as he wants, then he lectures everybody on civility. And this is why we do this segment, because the media for years got away with it because they controlled everything. Now they don't, which I think explains the intensity of the hatred of Fox News and talk radio.
No question. They are going hysterical. But you and I have talked about this before. We've said this was going to happen. They are going to let everything fly between now and November of 2012. They're going to throw everything and the kitchen sink to get their way. But I don't know if it's going to work, but they're going to try it.
All right, let me go.